What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So today we do got a couple of news topics to go over. We got a new update in Call of Duty, and then we also got new information in regards to a topic that we talked about a couple days ago, where the Battle Pass price may be increased, limited time modes exclusive only to Battle Pass owners, and stuff like that. So if you do find the video informative or helpful at any point, consider hitting that subscribe button to help us on the road to 500K, but let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that you need to know with today's new May 7th update, they have added the Gunsmith weapon blueprint swap. So it says right here in the Gunsmith, customize any Black Ops 6 base weapon or weapon blueprint with a skin you've unlocked or purchased. For weapon blueprints, players can customize their skins with other existing attachments. For base weapons, players can only change the skin of their base weapon, not any of the attachments. So they said the ability to edit blueprint skins comes to Black Ops 6 today, and allowing players to mix and match which attachment skins they have equipped or fine-tune how the weapon blueprints apply to their weapon builds. New in Black Ops 6, enter the skins menu from the Gunsmith Customize tab to see which skins are currently equipped to the blueprint or build, as well as which skins are equipped to each attachment. From here, players can change the blueprint skin equipped to the build, and which also automatically applies to the skin on all compatible attachments if you want. And then players can also view and change the skins equipped in each individual attachment equipped to the blueprint. And then when equipping any attachment or highlighting an equipment attachment in the Gunsmith, you can press Y on Xbox, triangle on PlayStation, or the 5 key on keyboard and mouse to enter the skin menu for that specific attachment. So this is just a showcasing of what it looks like when you actually go in and try it out. Obviously, this is only a feature that works really well if you have multiple blueprints for that particular weapon. So I use the XM4 for an example. I believe I have like 3 or 4 weapon blueprints here. So depending on the attachments that you put on, if that weapon blueprint has those attachments, you can customize them with the look of that blueprint. And players can obviously get any unique sort of combo that they want. So this is the combo that I went ahead and made with the XM4. There's like the example that Call of Duty gave us with theirs. So it really depends on what weapon blueprints you have. If someone has like almost every blueprint in the game, then you're able to customize more than someone who only has some of like the free blueprints that you get from like CDL viewership rewards or something along those lines. So it really depends on your cosmetics, and it maybe encourages players to try and purchase more weapon blueprints to use this feature. But that's the first thing that was added with today's brand new update. Now, the second thing is super small updates here. So multiplayer, they did a stability update, address various stability issues, so with crashing and problems like that. Zombies perks address the issue where the quick revive would not move in the first perk slot when obtained, and for graphics, lowered the muzzle flash brightness when you activate Frost Blast. Now, we did get an update for May 7th for Warzone, and it says live issues, server disconnects. This is a problem that I also have. It says we're actively investigating reports of some players encountering issues that may result in disconnects from Warzone matches following the Season 3 Reloaded update. We understand the frustration caused by ongoing server disconnects and want to clarify that these issues are not due to known malicious attacks or activity. Our studio teams are actively investigating the root cause, which shipped with Season 3 Reloaded, and will provide updates as soon as possible. So it's like an issue where you load into the game, you're playing as normal, and then out of nowhere you suddenly disconnect, so where it's like you freeze and then you're not able to control yourself. So I thought I was having internet issues, and then I saw multiple comments of people reporting this issue, and it looks like they now know about it and they are working for a fix. Now, for ranked play, it says public events, restock is replacing Fire Cell in ranked play, and then they said they've been closely monitoring the economy since the return of Verdansk, and their goal is to reduce the incentive of stockpiling cash and to encourage players to manage and actually spend their money. So that's what they're doing here. Now, for the weapon updates that we ended up getting, the assault rifles, the CR56A Max, the headshot multiplier decreased from 1.6 to 1.3, sprint to fire speed slowed from 190 to 215, aim down sight move reduced speed from 3.2 meters per second to 3 meters, so that got a pretty big nerf. Then the AK-74, maximum damage reduced from 45 to 39, so that's a pretty big nerf, and it says we're making this adjustment to give SMGs more room to shine in the close range while keeping the AK-74 as a great mid to long range option. So that's the idea behind nerfing it again. And then they said the Krieg C, medium damage range 1 increase from 32 to 33, headshot multiplier increase from 1.2 to 1.35, bullet velocity increase from 820 to 830, aim down sight speed slowed from 260 to 280, sustained fire recoil improved, and then the Krieg C's recoil was holding it back from being a viable option compared to other ARs at range. This change allows it to compete at a longer range engagement, so a little buff here. And then for the SMGs, the C9 maximum damage increase from 38 to 40, so a small buff. They said this change to the C9 is to bring it up to par with other SMGs in close range combat. For the snipers, HDR, the flinch resistance has been reduced by 60%, so this is actually a nerf. The attachment's heavy stock flinch resistance reduced from 60% to 35. Combat stock flinch resistance reduced from 25 to 15. So now if you get headshotted or hit markered with a particular weapon, you're definitely gonna flinch a lot more than you used to. And then for bug fixes, fix the issue where users would sometimes redeploy from the gulag without a weapon if they entered when the gulag was closing. Fix the issue causing placement to appear incorrectly after a battle royale casual match. Fix the issue causing eliminated players to drop a field upgrade that they were not carrying, and then fix the issue preventing the jack/aftermarket part from appearing in the gunsmith. So these are all the patch notes that we got with today's brand new update. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about here in today's video is an update to what we talked about a couple of days ago. If you guys remember, there was a rumor from the Ghost of Hope, who has a lot of insider information. He's been pretty accurate so far. It seems like Call of Duty actually replied and addressed what he said. So just to give you a refresher on what was going on, the Ghost of Hope tweeted this out. He said, exclusive Activision/Treyarch are currently planning to make changes to the Battle Pass with the release of Black Ops 7. They said Black Ops 7 will reportedly have more seasonal LTMs, and some of them would be considered higher value with unique rewards and different game mechanics/modes. But the only way to play these LTMs is to have the Battle Pass, unlike how it's currently free for everyone at the moment. He says they're planning on taking higher tier skins, loot, and crossover operators from these LTMs and then making them only accessible to Battle Pass owners instead of having the premium event track that we currently have in Call of Duty right now. Now, that tweet got around 400,000 views. Charlie Intel also posted it. They got around 1 million views. So it was something that a lot of people in the community talked about, and they shared that this was not a great idea. It wasn't something that they wanted to see in Call of Duty, and Call of Duty adding more microtransactions, that's like something that shouldn't even be happening, right? And then it got to a point where even developers started to address this. So someone messaged Charlie Intel, and they said, update, we've been told that the rumor below of Call of Duty putting limited time modes behind the Battle Pass is false. This will not be happening for Call of Duty 2025. So that's exactly what they said, and according to the Ghost of Hope, he says he's glad he's either wrong or they may have saw that backlash and decided to backtrack and change their mind because of how much negativity was going on and everyone talking about it was not very happy about this type of change. It wasn't really too good of an idea for Call of Duty to introduce even in the first place. So whether the rumor was false or it's something Call of Duty did change their mind on, the good news is it's not happening. Now, in my opinion, I feel like the good part of this could have been potentially maybe introducing the premium event pass rewards for free as a part of owning the Battle Pass. So if you purchase the Battle Pass for 1,100 COD points, in my opinion, getting the premium pass should also be included among that purchase. So you should be able to get the crossover rewards, the bundles, and those types of things that they bring into the game later on during Reloaded, or at least, bare minimum, the Black Cell owners should definitely be the ones that get the content for free. So the premium event pass should be included, considering you're paying $30. That is almost half the price of the Call of Duty title in itself, and it just makes sense because it seems like Call of Duty is trying to find ways to make Black Cell a little bit more worth it, whether they try to add additional event camo rewards or extra variants to operator skins or daily login challenges. These I don't think are enough to justify $30. So personally, if maybe, like, say for example, they bring in John Wick in a future update, or they bring in a Halo crossover, something along those lines, including this a part of Black Cell would probably raise the amount of people purchasing Black Cell, and in my opinion, I think that'd be a win for Call of Duty and a win for the Black Cell owners, and then anyone else that wants to get this without owning Black Cell could still purchase the premium event pass as they normally would. What are your thoughts and opinions on that? But we're definitely going to see some changes. Some people were mentioning that because they specifically said not happening in COD 2025, maybe this is something they're going to implement in COD 2026 or later on down the line, or do a variation of this, considering every single Call of Duty they're doing more and more microtransactions, like the premium event pass that wasn't there in MW3, and that was added with the launch of Black Ops 6. We're thinking they're probably going to continue doing stuff like that, and apparently Black Ops 6 has been the most profitable Call of Duty that they've ever released. According to TweetTown, they said Black Ops 6 is now the highest grossing Call of Duty game, boosted by cloud streaming as well as the Xbox Game Pass access. And they said Call of Duty has made over $35 billion from game sales and microtransactions, but the exact figures remain unclear. And definitely Black Cell, as well as the premium event pass, these are probably things that have to do with it. And knowing Call of Duty being the business that they are, they're definitely going to try and continue to boost their sales for the shareholders, and they're going to introduce more and more microtransactions to the game. But what are your thoughts and opinions on that? Do you think the premium event pass should be included as a part of Black Cell? Should it be kept the way that it is? And if they do make some changes to microtransactions, what do you think they're going to start charging us for? But that's all they got for you guys in this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you found it informative, don't forget to hit that like and sub button, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.